It was an ordinary afternoon. The sky was clear, and the sun beamed down on the bustling city streets, where people hurried along, focused on their everyday tasks. The atmosphere was full of life, yet everyone seemed to be going about their business without paying much attention to their surroundings. But amidst this ordinary scene, something extraordinary was about to happen. One fan, simply walking through the streets, unaware of what awaited them, was about to experience the most surreal moment of their life. The fan had been a devoted follower of Taylor Swift for years. From the first time they heard her songs, they felt an instant connection to her music. Her lyrics, her voice, the way she expressed her emotions, it all resonated deeply with them. They had attended concerts, followed every album release, and sang along to every word, dreaming that one day they might meet their idol in person. But as they walked through the city, they never expected it to happen today. Little did they know Taylor Swift was walking down the same street just a few steps away. As they continued down the sidewalk, something incredible was about to unfold. The fan had no idea that in the next few moments their life was going to change in the most unexpected and heartwarming way possible. The world felt still, and everything seemed to align for this once-in-a-lifetime encounter. As the fan continued to walk down the street, they suddenly caught sight of someone familiar. Their eyes widened in disbelief, and their hearts skipped a beat. Could it be? Yes, it was her, Taylor Swift. The fans' breath caught in their chest as they saw the pop sensation casually strolling down the street just a few feet away. Time seemed to slow down. The world around them faded into the background, and all they could focus on was the figure walking toward them. They could hardly believe their eyes. This wasn't a concert or a public appearance. It was a random moment, and Taylor was right there in front of them, walking as if she were just another person. The fans' mind raced with excitement and disbelief. They had dreamed of this moment for so long, but never in their wildest dreams did they think it would actually happen. What should they do? Should they approach her? Should they say something? Their heart pounded as they stood frozen in place, unsure of how to react. The seconds felt like minutes, and the anticipation in the air was electric. Taylor Swift, the one person they had admired from afar for so long, was walking right toward them, and they had no idea how this surreal encounter would unfold. And then, just as the fan was gathering their thoughts, something even more unbelievable happened. Taylor Swift, with a warm and welcoming smile, looked directly at the fan and stopped in her tracks. She didn't just walk past them or give a casual wave. She genuinely made eye contact and spoke to them. "Hi, how are you doing today?" she asked, her voice full of warmth and sincerity. The fans stood there, completely stunned, unsure if they had actually heard her correctly. Was this real? Did Taylor Swift just stop to talk to them on the street? Their heart raced as they processed the moment. They had dreamed of meeting their idol, but never expected something like this. Taylor's smile was genuine, her eyes filled with kindness. The fans, still in shock, could hardly form words. But Taylor didn't seem to mind. She patiently waited, giving the fan a chance to respond. The fans' mind raced as they tried to collect their thoughts. Was this truly happening? In that moment, the celebrity they had admired for years was standing right in front of them, offering a connection that went beyond just a simple fan interaction. This wasn't just a fleeting encounter. It was an opportunity to truly engage with their idol. As the fan gathered their composure, they managed to utter a few words. "I've been such a huge fan of yours for years," they said, their voice trembling with excitement. Taylor smiled even wider and nodded, showing genuine appreciation. "Thank you so much," she said softly. "That really means a lot to me." The fan could hardly believe it. Taylor wasn't just being polite. She truly seemed to care about what they were saying. The fan felt a deep connection in that moment, as if Taylor was not just an untouchable celebrity, but a real person who valued their support. The conversation flowed naturally, and the fans spoke about how Taylor's music had helped them through tough times, how they had followed her career since the beginning. Taylor listened attentively, asking questions and genuinely engaging in the conversation. It wasn't just a passing exchange. It felt like an authentic, meaningful conversation. The fan had always admired Taylor's talent, but now seeing her kindness and generosity in person, they realized there was so much more to her than just the music. In this brief encounter, the fan felt seen and valued, and that was something they would never forget. But just when the fan thought this moment couldn't get any better, Taylor Swift revealed something that left them speechless. "You know," Taylor said with a grin, "I've been working on a special project, and I think you're the perfect person to help me with it." The fan's heart skipped a beat. Was this a joke? Was she serious? Taylor continued, "I've been looking for someone to join me for a really exciting opportunity. How would you feel about being part of something incredible?" The fan could hardly believe their ears. This was no ordinary interaction. Taylor wasn't just engaging with them as a fan, she was offering them a chance to be part of something truly special. The fan's mind was spinning as they tried to process what was happening. What kind of opportunity was Taylor talking about? Was this a prank or the real deal? As Taylor pulled out her phone and showed the fan some details about the project, it became clear that this wasn't a joke. The fan had been selected for a rare opportunity to be part of something meaningful with Taylor herself. This was more than just a random encounter. It was a life-changing moment. Taylor led the fan to a nearby cafe, where a small group of other fans had gathered. It was clear that this wasn't a typical meet and greet. This was a carefully planned, intimate event. Taylor greeted everyone with her usual warmth, and soon the fan realized they were part of a unique gathering. A group of people who, like them, had been following Taylor's journey for years. Over coffee, Taylor shared personal stories about her music, her experiences, and the lessons she had learned along the way. She spoke about the importance of kindness, of supporting each other, and of following your dreams. The fan was moved by how genuine Taylor was and how she truly valued the connection she had with her supporters. It wasn't just about fame or recognition. It was about real relationships, about the way music could bring people together. The fan felt incredibly lucky to be a part of this gathering. They had never imagined that a simple street encounter could turn into such a meaningful experience. This moment, filled with laughter, heartfelt stories, and deep conversations, would stay with them forever. Taylor's kindness had turned what seemed like an ordinary day into something extraordinary, and the fan knew they would never forget it. As the day drew to a close, the fans stepped out of the cafe, their mind racing with everything that had just unfolded. What had started as a regular day, one that they had never expected to stand out from any other, had turned into an unforgettable, life-changing experience. They had come to the cafe as just another fan, someone who admired Taylor Swift from afar, someone who followed her music and supported her through every step of her career. But now they walked away from this encounter not just as a fan, but as someone who had connected with Taylor on a personal, meaningful level. The fan walked slowly through the city streets, the noise of the busy day around them feeling distant, almost surreal. Everything felt different now. They could hardly believe what had just happened. Meeting Taylor Swift wasn't something they ever thought could happen. But here they were, walking through the streets with a heart full of gratitude and joy. It wasn't just that they had met her. It was the way she had genuinely interacted with them, the way she had shared parts of herself with someone who was once just a face in the crowd. This wasn't just a meet and greet, a quick handshake, or an autograph. This was a conversation, a shared moment where both of them had been fully present, truly engaged. It was the rarest of moments, the kind of experience that makes you feel like time has stopped and the world has paused for just one meaningful connection. For the fan, it was overwhelming. As they reflected on what had transpired, they realized how much deeper their connection to Taylor had become, not just through her music, but through her actions that day. Taylor had shown them kindness and warmth in a way that felt so genuine, so real. It was no longer about being a fan from a distance. It was about recognizing the humanity in the person they had idolized for so long. Taylor didn't just see them as one of thousands of fans. She saw them as a person, as someone worth listening to, worth connecting with. Leaving the cafe wasn't just about stepping out into the streets. It was about stepping into a new way of seeing the world. The fan felt as though they were part of something bigger now, part of a larger community that celebrated more than just fame. It was about kindness, creativity, and the undeniable power of music to bring people together. The fan walked with a new sense of purpose and inspiration, feeling like the world was full of possibilities they had never noticed before. The brief but meaningful exchange had opened their eyes to the profound impact a simple act of kindness can have. In that one moment, Taylor had changed their perspective on life. As they continued to walk, the fan felt like a different person than they had been that morning. They carried with them a sense of fulfillment, knowing that the dream of meeting their idol had transformed into something far more significant. It wasn't the autograph, the photos, or the fanfare that mattered. It was the real connection, the understanding that passed between them. They realized that the most special moments in life often come when you least expect them, when you are open to the possibility of an encounter that leaves you forever changed. And this was one of those moments. Taylor's kindness, her willingness to connect with someone who had always admired her from afar, had left a lasting impact that would stay with the fan for the rest of their life. They knew that no matter where they went from here, they would always carry this experience with them, a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected moments could have the most profound impact on your life.